morning, guys. I'm just out here. It's kind of a, I would say partly cloudy day. No rain expected today. So what I'm doing today is getting the last of my indoor seed planting done. Then after that, everything else should be ready to pop directly in the soil out in my garden. So I'm just planting a couple different kinds of lettuce and some nasturtiums. So I'm just gonna kind of show you how I do that. So come along and enjoy the ride. All right, there we go. So what I've got is some little leftover planting cells, and I just cut these down. They were in a big sheet, and I kind of cut them down to what I need. That way I only have to put one label in. So first of all, what I want to do is look on the back of my seed packet. It tells you what depth you should plant your seeds. These are the nasturtiums, and I've never planted these before, and so this is kind of a little experiment. I have some growing in the house as well, but I kind of wanted to succession sow, which just simply means to plant some, wait a few weeks, plant some more, and then that way the idea is to have them continuously popping up in your garden. So now I put little indentations in these cells, put my little seeds in, and I always plant a few more than I actually want in case some of them don't germinate. Sometimes that happens, unfortunately. Then I've been using painter's tape, which I had on hand. Works great to reclose the seed packets. And then you can reuse it several times, sometimes not. It'll start tearing or what have you. And then that way, it's all packaged up, and then you do not have to glue them or lose seeds if they're not closed. Another thing that I do is I save all my little containers. Yes, I'm an old lady that washes my containers and saves them. Preferably, I like the big, long yogurt and sour cream cups, but I planted so many plants this year, I ran out. And then what you simply do is just snip up the side, and then you're left with a strip. I don't know if you can see this strip. And then I use it as my plant marker. Plant that right in there. And now I know that I have nasturtiums in here. I'm going to sprinkle a little dirt on top of this. And you want your potting soil, I use potting soil for my seedlings. You want your potting soil to be slightly damp, so mix in a little water with that. Gently press this down so your seeds are in. Then it's as simple as that. And then after I get done, I kind of water them in. Now, if these little markers that you made are kind of wide, too wide, a lot of times I'll plant in solo cups, but I kind of ran out of those. So you can just narrow this up just like that. So now we've got the nasturtiums all planted. Next, I'm going to put in some, I get a lot of my seeds from M.I. Gardener. Love these guys. They are, I'll put a link down in the description of this. I would say I probably buy 90% of my seeds from them now. The germination rate is excellent. Everything I've ever grown has done really, really well. So you'll have to go check them out. They're awesome. They ship their stuff really quickly. They're very friendly, and sometimes you even get a nice little surprise of a free packet of seeds. Okay, so these are called black seeded Simpson lettuce, and I grew these last year, and it's delicious little leaf lettuce. So I have some growing in the house, but lettuce especially, I like to succession sow. Lettuce, you don't have to plant very deep because the seeds are pretty tiny, because as a general rule, the tinier the seed, the shallower that you plant that. Now lettuces, I plant usually 2 little seeds per cell. If you get 3 or 4, it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. And then once you transplant these out, you probably, because the germination rates really well, like I said, on these MI Gardener seeds. You probably get more lettuce than you need, but in the summertime with all of your other vegetables, I mean, you got cucumbers, you got tomatoes. I mean, it makes a wonderful salad. So that's all there is to these little guys. And again, with the painter's tape, I've got my little marker. I put that in. Sprinkle a little soil on top. And you just kind of tamp that down. Alright, so we've got those little guys done. And I got one more little tray. I can't believe I only had 3 packets of stuff that I wanted to, or left to actually plant indoors, which is good. I'm starting to run out of room. It looks like little shop of horrors in there. Alright, so next, as I was talking about the free seeds, my last order, MI Gardener sent me these wonderful little, you can't tell from the front, they're just cute little drawings of vegetables, but on the back, they call this mix salad bowl. So it's a variety of lettuces, so it's going to be a nice, pleasant surprise to see what types these are. And we're going to go ahead and print these, or excuse me, plant these. I don't know where I got print from. And they put a nice little tacky glue on their seed packets, which makes them pretty easy to open. But I also, oh, some seeds are light and some seeds are dark. I don't know if you can see that. So it's definitely a variety of seeds in here. It's kind of interesting. I can't wait to see what they are and taste them. A couple seeds per little cell. There we go. Put those right back in there. And I store my seeds in little, like, Dollar Tree containers. And I have them all inside of Ziplocs on top of that, according to what type of seeds they are. So this is the wide painter's tape. This is what I had. So what I do is kind of rip it down the middle. Makes your tape go a little farther. Yes, I am a miser. And then you just put your tape on there, and boom, it's all sealed up. Alright, so now I've got my little marker for these, and I have learned the hard way to make the markers out ahead of time. That way, if you get busy or amped up on coffee like I often do, I plan all these things and then I forget where's what. So if you put the markers in as you go, it alleviates huge headaches later. So once more with our topsoil, tamp it all down. All right, and there you have it. We got 3 types of seeds sown in there. Really simple, it's really quick. And then I use a water bottle because I missed a lot of my seedlings, especially right when you first plant them. And I get them really nice and moist. And then I do it daily. It just depends, you know, because the lights on my seedlings are lower to the soil to give them extra warmth, and then as they pop up, that way they don't get all long and leggy and that type of thing. So in those situations, I usually mist them 2 to 3 times a day. You can tell, you just don't want that soil to dry out, because if you do, then your soil gets really crunchy on top there, and it will not allow the seeds to pop through. They have so much energy to spend when they are germinating and popping through the soil, and if they expend all that energy trying to break through and it's hard and crunchy on top, then you won't have any plants. They'll just die. So hang in there. I'm also going to be potting up some things today, and so I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, so we're back, and we've got some 4 zucchini that I grew, and I usually only plant 2 of these just because I plant several different varieties. And I usually use the solo cups, as you can see. And what I do is you can poke a hole in the bottom. They're really inexpensive, and it gives the roots a lot of room to grow. But when I first start out, I'll put multiple seeds, depends on what they are, in 1 cup. That way it allows me more counter space. And then once they come up, I give them their individual. So what I want to do is take out my existing marker. I made another marker because there's 2 plants in here. Loosen up the soil. Gently take them out. And as you can see, the roots are well established in there, and you want to gently tease them apart. Put 1 back in the existing cup. Add a little of your soil. And you just kind of tamp that in as well. Put 1 of your markers in. Voila, that's all there is to it. Grab another solo cup for the second plant. And gently scoop up all this soil with the roots. Put that in. Add more soil. These guys are going to be happy to get apart. They were getting pretty rooty in there and entangling with each other. So put your little marker in there, and that's all there is to it. And then when I plant peppers and tomatoes, I put multiple seeds per cup. I'll plant those in a solo cup. Gives you plenty of room, probably about 8 to a cup, 8 to 10 per cup. And once they get what they call their true leaves, it's okay. They need to get at least 1 or 2 sets of those on there before you tease them apart. Now see these leaves right here? These are the leaves that come up out of the seed. Then these little guys and these bigger guys are what's known as the true leaves. So you gotta wait and be patient to do that. And then what I do is I bottom water these guys really well. Once I get them all done, I'll keep them in a tray similar to this, and then I put the water in the tray, and that way you're not soaking them to death, because you can water them too much and your plants will rot. And that is, yeah, not a good thing. And I always try to keep a fan. I have a little oscillating fan that I keep on these guys, and it helps blow on them. It makes them stronger, and it helps eliminate, I think, a little bit of the mildew. Another trick that I've learned, if you do get mildew and the little mold gnats that come along with them, unfortunately, sprinkle a little cinnamon on there, and it zaps the mold, and it's really beneficial. How it works, I do not know. But anyways, I'm going to finish this. I have a bunch more in the house. You don't want to sit here all day and watch me pot up these plants. It's kind of tedious. But if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. And again, I'm going to put MI Gardener's link in your comments. Give them a shout out. And they're also on Instagram, and I believe they're on Facebook too. But go check out their website, see what they have. I do believe they're selling live plants now too, certain times of the year, like berries and that kind of thing. So give them a shout out. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope the sun's shining in your corner of the world. Bye-bye now.